Sashiburi. Hello, hello, hello. Long time no see. How are we all doing? I think I've got everything set up. I think I remember how everything is set up. But we know that usually there are a few technical difficulties at the start of stream. So if there are anything, I think I did the title. I've done the title on the screen. I think we're all good. Okay, that's what I got wrong. The ads. I didn't wait for the ads to finish. Seshburi, welcome back. How are we all doing? Muted? No way. Muted? I don't think so. Can anyone confirm? My mic says it's picking up well. Not muted. Thank you. Ah. Is Voxwell just trying to... Yeah, okay, got him. Okay. Hello, it's been a long time. Coming loud and clear. It's too easy for you guys to just like really derail me. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm back, baby. Let's do it. We're going to be working on the bonsai again today, almost like we never left and never did any work at all. This thing has a long way to go. Something I did do today, though, something I've been meaning to do for a while. I left this for a long time because I decided I didn't have my old logo. I didn't have my new logo here, and I wanted to add it in, and I was thinking about this signature. Maybe I'll switch over to the other block. And I'll turn it around so you can see. I made like this little ginkgo signature, and I was gonna keep this ginkgo leaf outline on for the first 100 copies, the ones that I was going to do a Kickstarter for, and so that would be sort of the first edition mark. I've changed my mind on that. I want to add the logo in. There will be an ACN logo, but that will be on a red block. And so I wanted to add my logo in, my new one, because this project is actually surprisingly old and it's embarrassing. Well, it's not surprising for all you. You watch me chip away at this at a snail's pace. But today I did decide on the new layout for this, but I didn't get a chance to print any of the bits out. So next stream we'll show you that. It's basically going to go into the same section here. What it will be is the new logo and a single line. It's a little flicky stylized line, and that will be sort of the ichi mark, the character Japanese for one. So that'll be the sort of first edition that I'll do. And then after the first 100 prints, I'll cut that off, and so there'll be a really clear distinction between the people who like backed it. They'll have a special print that in theory will be worth more. That's the idea, that's the plan, but that'll be next time. I'll save it for the next stream. We've worked our way up the trunk. I'm sorry the camera is so dark. It's not that dark for me. I think it's this macro lens. All of a sudden, like, it just doesn't like light or zooming or anything. We've worked our way up the trunk here. Dun dun dun. Worked our way along. And now we're on the last little twig that's going across. We just got to do this little bit, and then there'll be a few little branches and the scroll and the pot. Basically, we're halfway through when we're doing that. Let's see what the chat is saying. Then do a block insert and put it on the back. No, I saved this wood specifically to do that. I knew that I wasn't comfortable with how it was looking now, so I just cleared around and left a big square there so I had lots of wiggle room to play in. Who are you again? Yeah, it's been a long time. But I'm back. My name is Taryn Casey. I am a Japanese woodblock printmaker. If that was a sincere thing, and if we have any new people, I'm not actually seeing how many people are watching right now. Nice to see you back, Taryn. Can't watch the whole stream today. Busy. Helping my dad. No, that's all good. Thank you for dropping in. Ah, okay, yeah. So we can fake an extra 100 first editions out of it, and then I can sell them at double price on a black market. How's the move going, Kay? Koringami, are you moving house? Let's see what else I missed. Voxwell messing with me. I think we're all good. I hope everyone's doing well. I should shut up and get carving. The grain direction is going, if I'm on camera, this way. No, I'm not, other way. It's going this way. So I need to flip the block around, which is actually putting it in the correct orientation for you guys. If I can find the camera, Jesus. That is a little bit far away for me to carve. I need to bring it down over here. So let me just shimmy the camera a bit. Sorry for the earthquakes. Pop that in focus. So much to do. Oh, my dad is moving. Ah, okay. Ah, it was K as in KP. Got it. Well, good luck with the move. There's a few things that are as stressful as moving. One of the, I was told when I was very young, never do more than one big activity at a time. It's a recipe for disaster. Like buying an expensive item like a car or moving house. Always try and limit those sorts of things to one at a time. Otherwise you're bound to overexert yourself and become sad. So I try and only change one thing at a time now. I live by that because I've done it. I moved house, I did all sorts of things, and it sort of crushes you when everything starts going wrong with one thing or another. Corin has been keeping us entertained with streams while you were away. So we had all the cameras and stream faults with him too. Corin Gami's doing streams now. Are you still doing it? You're not. I'm assuming that that's not just stepping in. Well, you saw an opportunity, obviously. Dave's away, I'm away. Everyone's slipping in there. Yeah, just got started. Are you carving? That's awesome. Let us know what days you stream. I was supposed to stream today too, but I got the fiber technical technician. Sorry, the screen's a little bit further away today. I tried to move it off the bench. Usually I have the iPad like right on the bench here, but it means I can't rotate the block. I keep bumping into it, so I've tried to move it a little bit further away. We need to shout at town too now. No, we're okay, we're okay. I do actually have my phone here, so if you see me torn between where I should be looking at. Doing digital art. Nice. I'm really curious to check out your streams. It'd be cool if you could do a little raid into you. Although I'm sure most of the people who are watching me are actually already watching you. I'm not. My app's not working very well. Yeah, mock-ups for the future paintings. Oh, cool. I'm curious to see how the viewership goes on these streams now. I've been away it's been 3 weeks. Nearly a whole month away. Everyone's probably forgotten that these streams exist. Might actually work out for the best because I'm thinking maybe I shouldn't say any of this. I haven't thought any of it through. It's just a whisper of an idea. I'm not happy with the 2 streams a week. I'd like to get more. And I'm not so sure if the evening streams are like I can do them. Ooh, what was that? I just got a banner. Whenever banners pop up in my chat, I only ever see the last little bit where it's just there's like a 0 on the screen, so I never get to see what any of the banners say. A new sub. Let me check the thing. I didn't get any notifications. It just says new sub. I don't know who it is. Well, thank you, whoever you are. I really appreciate you. Anonymous subber. Ah, okay. Hotjinin, thank you. Arigato. You don't have notifications? Well, I'm using the OBS mainly, and if I want to look at the stream manager, I have to switch over to a different screen. But I don't really want to be on that screen because I need 3 screens really because I've got my reference on one tab, then I'm swiping across to see the OBS, and then I have to do an extra swipe to get over to the stream manager. So I should actually I should set up some screen animations for subs and raids, I think. I don't really like a lot of them, so like the stock ones, I'm not really a big fan, and I don't want it to be like really distracting on the stream. So I'd have to like design some of my own, which just seemed like a lot. There's so many other things that are probably higher priority to design. Yeah. Well, thank you so much. Gotta run now. Yeah, see you later. Peace, peace, peace. Let's get some music, sorry. We can hear the music today, right? I think we should be okay. I did try and fix it. Bit loud though, isn't it? That is loud. So many tabs. That's why. I think that volume is okay. Eric Arnez, wait a second. I know you. Are you... Is that Sculpt Eric? Modeler, clay sculptor? Is that you? Why do I know that name? Anyway, thank you. Welcome back. Yeah, thank you. Lots of stories. Ah, it is you. I knew it. I'm really awful with names. I just saw your picture. It is you. I follow you on Patreon as well. You should all check out his Instagram. Feel free to drop your Instagram here. It's worth looking at. Incredible sculptor. You will recognize them. That's such a win for me, you know. Honestly, I'm so bad with names. I feel so happy that that one stood out to me. Thank you. I've got complete anomia. I just can't remember anyone's name. I really struggle. And it's not the people put that say that like it's because people who say they're bad with names is because they don't try. Like no, I really try and remember people's names. Like I do the thing, someone will tell me their name and I'll say it 5 times in my head like that while I'm talking to them. Probably missing half of what they're saying because I'm trying to focus. And then I get distracted by what they're saying. I focus in too much. And then a second later I'm like, oh, what the hell was their name? And then it's gone. I can't ask again and I just gotta try and sneak hints in so that they could say, what's your email? Your mother's maiden name? Serious Samus, welcome back. Luca, hello, hello. Um, oh, you watch all the VODs on YouTube, thank you. Oh, about the VODs. You may have noticed there's been no uploads. There are 2 videos that are missing that we did and I didn't post. I did post them, actually. I did set them to upload. The night before we went away, it was sort of a last minute thing. Just before we were like getting out, it was a bit of a chaotic thing. Anyway, I put them up on YouTube. And then I abandoned my phone. I didn't check anything while I was on holiday. And I did one time just like sneak a thing to make sure everything was okay on it. And I noticed there was no things there. And I started to panic because like they only stay for 2 weeks on the Twitch. And so because I hadn't the upload hadn't gone through, I thought they were going to be lost forever. We do have to give a shout out to Straight Edge Dude. Is that his name on Twitch as well? Anyway, he sent me backups that he had of the last 2 VODs that I haven't uploaded. What happened was my computer crashed. I had to come back and like do not boot camp, what do you call it? You have to, there's a word for it. I can't remember what the word is. Anyway, I had to do some technical thing with the computer because it like not just crashed a little bit, it really kind of crashed heavy. Something. It is roasting in here. I'm gonna have to put the AC on. Give me 1 second. Time machine, not time machine, something else. Not reconnect, reallocate. No, I can't remember. It doesn't matter. It's really not important. Anyway, there's a word for what I had to do. But it had a big crash. And so none of the VODs that I set to uploaded. I guess there must have been I didn't hear anything. There must have been some sort of like power outage or something. I don't know. Maybe like the wires tripped during uploads and it like messed my computer up. We have so much to talk about today. I don't think I'm going to be able to get through it all. I did write a little bit of a list. Or maybe I forget everything and I can't remember. So it'll be a really short list. I could have done a reboot, but it wanted me to not reconnect. Just throw rewords at me. One of them will stick. Anyway, honestly, it's not important. Don't throw rewords at me. No camera? No. It's so dark. So my sister's a photographer and I took my camera with me. Hoping, and I sort of insisted at her quite heavily that I need her to like help me with my settings and go through my camera and get it. I talked to her a little bit about the depth of field and she suggested like a few of you were giving me some really good camera advice before, so maybe this will make some sense to you. But she was talking about, was it f-stop, that it reduces the depth of field if you have it on really wide. I'm not very good with cameras. Anyway, she was supposed to help me like jigger all my settings so they're like intuitive and easy to tweak the streams and stuff. And then, as always is, we ran out of time and nothing happened. Maybe we can space a lot of the UK trip stories out. Obviously, I went to the British Museum. We're going to talk about that. We had some adventures in Wales. My son got to meet his family. My sisters all burst into tears. It was very sweet. Where is my brush? And just general stories from Wales. I think we should start with the flight. I was really nervous about flying with a 1-year-old. And on the way there, he was surprisingly good. You won't believe this, Taryn, but I used to live in Swansea. Okay, it's really, it's really interesting how the north and the south of Wales, like, it's so they're really not very connected. There's a tiny little road between. I've only been to South Wales once. It's not that far away, really. It's just there's a bunch of mountains and stuff in the middle. It's actually a really nice driving on these little roads all the way down. But there's not like a big motorway that connects the north to the south. Mostly because like mountains and moors and stuff. Used to live in Swansea. What was it like? I have to say, I'm not a big fan of the South Walian accent. I'm allowed to say it because I'm Welsh. They would say of the North Walians that the accent makes you sound a little bit dim, probably. We talk a little slower like this. But in South Wales, everyone's like all over like this. Ooh, would you like a cup of tea? It's like a little bit too performative for me. Neither am I. It rained a lot. It was a bit sad. My trip, I got absolutely rained out every single day, except for little portions of day, but every day it rained. Some days was torrential and other days was fine. Just like spitting and stuff. But it rained every day. And then the day we left, I suppose it's a good thing because we were travelling across London that day with bags. But the day we left, it was glorious. And then it was glorious for the week after. So if we were a week later, we'd have missed the storm and the cold front that came in. For Wales as well, like the reason you go to Wales is for outdoor pursuits, like walking on the beach, doing some lots of beautiful trails, go for a walk in the woods, stuff like that. And it was really awful for that type of stuff. We still did go down to the beach twice, 3 times. There's not much to do there otherwise. It's like really. It's really not much to do there. It's countryside, country. Anyway, the flight there was okay. Did anything interesting happen on the flight there? Oh, let's leave that. Save that for another day. I Yeah, we landed. So it was like a 14-hour flight. He was surprisingly good on the plane. On the way there at least. And then we landed in London like 6. And I can't 6 a.m. I can't sleep on trains or planes or anything. It's kind of traumatic for me to travel on aeroplanes. Yeah, it would be a lot of time to do tracing, except that you're flying with a 1-year-old who needs constant entertaining. He slept in intervals, but he was quite good. He wasn't that fussy on the way there. But anyway, we landed at 6 a.m. in Heathrow, and it's like an hour to get across London. Arriving in a big city with 2 big suitcases and a 1-year-old is like, it's one of the worst things you can do landing in a city with suitcases. Suitcases are awful and I hate them. And so if I was traveling alone, obviously I don't take a suitcase. I take a backpack and that's it. I take a real small capsule wardrobe and I try and get away with as little as possible because I hate lugging suitcases. But you can't do that with a 1-year-old. And we also had lots of snacks and stuff that we were taking back to my family. Anyway, we had 2 big suitcases. And we got across London, and then check-in to the hotel wasn't until, is it 3, 2, 2? We were shattered because we'd slept in little intervals. I didn't sleep. My intervals of sleep were 5 minutes. 5-minute wake up, 5 minutes, get comfortable, 5 minutes. So we were exhausted. We managed to check in by paying a bunch extra 2 hours early, which was necessary because I got invited to the British Museum earlier than I was expecting. We were planning on going there at, well, I was planning on going there at 4 p.m. So we had to kill the whole day basically in London. And it was pouring down in London as well. Well, it wasn't. It was a bit miserable, windy and a bit wet. It wasn't pouring. I'm exaggerating. But I got invited by. I was meeting Capucine that day to do the interview on the same day of the flight at 4, like I said. And then she sent me an email saying that they had this exhibition that ended like a couple days before I arrived. Maybe a bunch of you know that. Give me 1 second, I'll grab the book. This one, the Artists of the Open Road. Ooh, there it is. So I bought the book. This is the exhibition they went there. I think they had it for about a month. Anyway, it was supposed to be a really good exhibition. I haven't actually had a chance to flick through this, but there is something I do want to show you because she invited me to have a look at one of the blocks that she'd pinched while they were tidying up. She had to give it back by 3:30 that day. So I went to her little lab there at 3. Oh, you got it too. Nice. Is it a good book? I haven't actually looked through it yet. Let's see if I can find this. Give me 1 second. See if I can find this block. I got invited to go have a look at a block. Ah, just like that. Maybe I can switch this to face for a second. Ooh, I can't actually see the screen, so I don't know. Anyway, she had this block and this was in the exhibition. And she asked me over to see what I thought about it, if I had any comments, and got to look at it under a microscope and talk to her about the block and stuff. We had a good conversation about it actually. But got to see one of the original blocks. Oh, this is the print it makes. I've seen a bunch of these old blocks now. This one was quite worn. There's a couple of ireki, and it was carved incredibly shallow. Like really, really shallow. Even for blocks of this age, but it was also quite worn, so it would have seemed a little bit prouder than it actually looks now. But I don't want to hear the printers at Mokankan complain about depth anymore. They just take a look at those blocks and then come to me and complain that I'm not carving deep enough. Did anyone? There's a few people in the UK here. Did anyone actually get to go to see that exhibition? Who's this? Are you talking about the song? Isham Jones? Maybe butchering that name. Get some small chisels in there. A small one. Oh, I'm not even on camera. A woman halfway around says, so these aren't paintings then. Well, most people, you can't hold that against them. Most people don't know. We have special gnosis in this chat. There was some point that was all of us. Although halfway around does seem a little bit dense. It's probably written on the first placard. So after we looked at the block, we had a bit of a chat, and then we did an interview, which everything recorded fine. It was a bit sketchy because I was using a new mic. I borrowed a little wireless mic thing from Dave, and I was a bit worried because she pressed the button and it made a flashing thing that I'd never seen before. And there's no way to connect it up. You just have to record and then like have a look at it after. It's just is that a chip pick or does it have an edge? No. The small one. These are all chisels. I'll show you the pick thing later. This one is a chisel. I've filed the sides. You can see that it's thicker at the bottom. I filed the sides so it comes into a really small point. So it looks like just a pick, but it's actually a chisel. The bottom's actually curved like that. It's the smallest one I have. I snapped. Was it? It must have been this one. Yeah. This one's probably got quite a bit of a shorter steel inside because I did snap one of these right at the base here. I guess I just put a little bit too much pressure carelessly one time and I did it, or I was trying to take the cap off and I damaged by the edge here. I have snapped one of these off before. I just thought the BM had failed to promote the craftsmanship involved. Bet most of these Hiroshige did it all by himself. Bet most people thought Hiroshige did it all by himself. Oh, interesting. So they didn't promote that, the sort of craftsman, isn't it? That's a bit sad. I guess when you're in that world, you sort of like, you gotta always run it past people that don't fully understand. Like all the people setting it up and stuff, they probably, it's just so intuitive. I have to worry about that sometimes when I'm thinking about my videos. I try and imagine if someone was like completely new. I have a tendency to go a bit technical and just assume that like it's boring for people to hear the explanation about everything. It's a difficult line to straddle. I guess they're a public museum. The people from all walks of life who don't know anything about these things are going to come in for sure. So you've got to give a bit more information than perhaps I would in a video about making woodblock prints on a channel that's exclusively about making woodblock prints. Like in here as well, I should probably do a bit more explaining, but I'm sure if someone is completely confused about what's going on here, they'll ask, they'll speak up, or at least I hope they do. If you don't know what's going on, please do ask. There's lots of people here that can help you. Is this mic loud enough? Are we okay? The angle made it thinner. Yeah. Well, that's a shame if they didn't do that. Enough promoting on that front. Normal for big museums. What about? Yeah. This is a good one. Gotta be careful about talking about the music too much because it's not on the VODs. So most people, I guess, are not watching live, so they don't get any of the music and stuff. Most of the songs are from the Golden Age. Although I do have some more modern jazz on here. But I called the playlist Stream Vintage, and so I'm kind of like locked into trying to at least keep most of them sounding vintage. Although I think I'll be making a few other playlists as well. I don't want it to get too repetitive. It's still so hot in here. It's a good thing my camera's small because I'd be seeing all the beading. Speaking of that exhibit, actually, I also met up with who's the guy? He's on the YouTube videos. He was on the YouTube video presenting for the Great Picture Book of Everything and the Hiroshige one. There was another presenter as well, I think, on that one. I didn't know her. But the older gentleman, what's his name? Alfred Haft. I met him in the study room. So I went to the study room. I have a picture here. Oh, not that one. That's a photo I took of the print I went to see. So for anyone who doesn't know, I went to see this image in the BM. And I got a picture. This is the me studying it. I took a print out of the tracing at full size, and I went through the whole print. And one of the main things I was doing was checking the lines, getting some really close up photos because the reference image I had wasn't good enough. So I got some real close ups, and because of that, I got to check all the areas that my tracing was lacking, places I didn't have enough detail, or it was too fuzzy, so I haven't quite got enough taste in the line, little flicks and stuff that were kind of pixelated in my version. So I'm going to go back through for a third time and fix my tracing again, but I want to do this to a really high standard, so it's worth doing it properly. Something's worth doing. Anyway, yeah, I was in it's called the study room. They bring you the items that you've requested, and you get to sit in a room for a few hours. There was another lady to the other side of me. I'm not sure what she was researching, but she had a bunch of old books. She was a Japanese lady as well. She had like books and magazines and stuff. She was researching something. She had a lot of material. I just had one print. I sat there staring at it. Did I get to put on a light box? No, it was actually surprising. It was dark in there as well, obviously for conservation reasons. It was a little bit dim in there. But I did get to, with Capucine-san, I got to take a walk through a lot of the back areas and go through some of the different storerooms. There's stuff stored in, there's no like one central place where everything's stored. There's little rooms here and there where everything's stored. So I got a little guided tour through the back alleys inside, behind the scenes. I didn't get to see the blocks. No, it wasn't the blocks. It was just the print. So this is the same. It's the same image as the reference image I was using. It's just that you get to see it in person, and there's going to be lots of stuff I talk about in the video. The colors stood out quite a bit. There was a few colors, like I was naming one brown, like sort of purpley brown, and it turns out that that is just it's actually a purple that's really faded. So it's going to be really interesting trying to look back and forth. I did take a magnifying glass, but I didn't actually need it. I got my macro lens, so I got to take some really close-up photos. And I got to figure out a lot of the colors as well. So I took all the color separations. I made a really rough color separation. All the delicate areas weren't perfectly traced out because I didn't want to waste my time, because I'd know that I would be having to retouch them after I came back anyway. So I just sort of roughed everything in. And I'm comfortable. I sort of understand the print now a lot better anyway. And I got to talk to Capucine-san about sort of her field of expertise, sort of like the analysis of these prints of this era, different techniques she uses to figure out which pigments are involved and stuff like that. She recommended a really great book to me. I should have kept that on hand. Remind me, I'll get the book reference. I think it was Yuriko Ishii something. Iwasaki kana. An independent researcher who did a whole thing on like trying to figure out the original colors of Kunioshi warrior prints, which is like exactly what I was talking to Capucine-san, trying to figure out with her what she thought, what her take on sort of the original colours would have been. She suggests this book that's like, there's a lot of subjectivity to that type of stuff. You can know that like a colour is faded, but how much to bring back that particular colour, how strongly to, we know that there's a purple in this print, but like, is it a bright purple? Is it a subdued purple? Just how purple was that brown at one point, you know? There's, you can do all these little tests without like destroying prints, like taking big samples from them and doing like mass spec. You can't really tell. And I think it's the BM policy that they don't do any sort of mass spec and stuff. Nothing that requires taking samples. Did they x-ray the pigments? Not for these, but we talked about similar prints she had worked on in the past. Did she give you an insight on the brown used over most of the piece under the other colours? The brown, yeah. She suspected that it was the same brown. I talked to Asuka Sensei about that, and I did some colour sampling on my thing, and we're all sort of in agreement that the brown is just a single brown that's not put on too thickly and is, you know, meaning that it's got quite a bit of water in it. It's probably quite a strong brown that they've diluted a lot, and therefore it's showing all the different colours that's layered underneath it and becoming really quite different. It's going to be a really interesting YouTube video to talk about all these things. We can show people, well, I can show people just how much layering can affect a print. And as far as ukiyo-e goes, it's layered a lot. And I talked to Asuka Sensei about that before I left as well, actually. He was saying that this is just like, this is how these Kuniyoshi prints often are. He obviously had a hand in the decisions, maybe not of this print in particular. Maybe they just established a trend with some of his earlier warrior prints, the more expensive ones. And this is sort of a stylistic thing that was just done on his prints. Lots of this layering. We see layering in ukiyo-e, but I think this is a bit beyond typical. But clearly not for Kuniyoshi prints. This seems to be his thing. Good fun. Good fun. That's enough for me just rambling on anyway. Has anyone got any stories? Did anyone do anything interesting while I was away? Have I missed something? I've been kind of like away from social media and stuff like that while I was away, so maybe there's some new stuff in the zeitgeist that I've completely missed. I assume Ayano and the baby touring elsewhere while you were in the study room. Yeah, I thought so. So while I was in the study room, I got her in, and then I left her in the grand, what's it called? The place with the dome. Anyway, the grand courtyard, is it? I left her there, thinking that she'd take a walk around the exhibitions and stuff. Apparently, he was being really fussy at that time. Like, it was a nap time for him, but he didn't want to sleep because we were out in public in London, whatever. And it was really busy. It was quite early in the day when I went to the study room, because I went to the study room the day after. So I think she tried to go into the Egypt one. You know, if anyone's been to the BM, you go into the grand, what did I call it? Courtyard? I'm not sure that's the name. Maybe it is. And then you turn to the left there and you go into the Egypt section. But apparently it was really, really rammed and he just wanted to run around and grab everything. So she spent a long time like trying going into some exhibits and then like quickly taking him out when he's been a bit of a rotter. Poor Ayana, she had a hard couple first days, you know. She was a real trooper. His first time in London, he didn't want to miss it, yeah. He tried to take a couple of the exhibits home with him by the sounds of it. We'll go back again when he's a bit older. Maybe she had Greg's. We didn't actually have Greg's. I gave her a Greg's last time we went. But we did have a bunch of sausage rolls because it's just like living on trains and stuff. There's not much. I think she was quite sick of sausage rolls by the end of it, to be honest. They're really not great, you know, cold sausage rolls. I've still got that picture on the screen. Sorry. Get rid of that. Iwakiri, that's it. Yeah. I think that's the one. I have it saved. I've got to buy it. It's a little bit expensive from what I saw, but I got to buy that. I got to read that book before I make that video. But is it Japanese Warrior Prince or is it a different book? I don't think that is the book, but it's the right author. I think there's another book she did. Although you might be right. I seem to remember it having worlds in the title. In other news, if someone is in Tokyo at the moment, the Takumi Hanga, my teacher's workshop school, is having an exhibition at the moment, a student exhibition. And its first day was yesterday, I guess. And it's open until the 4th. I'll be going later in the week at some point. A few of my prints are up there. An ad starting in 2 minutes. Heads up given. That's going on at the minute. Kunioshi, Japanese Master of Imagined Worlds. That might be the one. I think that is the one, yeah. Although don't quote me, I did reach out to Capucine-san actually with a couple of things and to say thank you and to double check that. when I buy the book, of course, I'll change the lens out and I'll give you a good look. So let me get confirmation before you all rush out and buy the book and take up all the available copies. Let me get mine first. Let's see, what's this? Where are we? Down here at the bottom. Long stroke. Long stroke. No, that's not. Stroke down. Bulbous bit. Trying to look at my reference here. Trying to figure out where all these bits are. I can't really tell what is wastewood and what is line there. Ah, okay, I get it. Cool. Okay. Takumihanga exhibition. Thank you. Thank you for posting that. I'm off to a doctor's appointment. I hope I can catch future streams. Bye for now. I'll probably be active on Discord in the future. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Julian Kimball. I did that on purpose. Ad break is over. Welcome back, everyone. Kinokuniya should have it in stock. I kind of want an English version, you know? I want an English version. I'd like to give it a good read and not like study it. See ya. See you soon. Cheers for that, Vauxhall. It's good having a little research team on hand, you know. On stream. I'm going to leave that section for now, actually. I want to get the reference up properly and have a good look at that. I don't want to remove a couple lines there that are actually necessary. Remind me later, I do have something very interesting to show you that will make a really interesting YouTube video that will come out before anything else. I'm really excited about it, but I've got some work to do, and I will show you that at the end of the stream. How long's it been now? We're already at an hour. Jesus, I didn't get through anything. Okay, just so I can get some of the other things out. Steam Train can wait, Zipboard can wait, Ving the Print, we did some of that. Visa, tomorrow. Is it tomorrow? No, day after. I gotta do my visa again. And that's just a thing you have to do when you live abroad, and it sucks. I hate it. I hate it so much. Makes me want to gouge my eyes out. The Immigration Bureau, in any country, they're the most miserable place on earth. People complain about stuff like the DMV and stuff, and it's fine. It's fine. If you've ever done an Immigration Bureau, you know what I mean. But I'm hoping in the last few years they've implemented the reservation system. There was no reservations before, and it was just a free-for-all all the time. So I've got to update my visa. I've booked in. So hopefully it doesn't take me 9 hours just to hand in some papers. Other news? I'll do that on Bring a Book. It's a shame I won't have that book in time because I really do need to read that book. I sent the blocks away today for my... Is my last one? Yeah, I sent the blocks away for my last print for the Dreams of Future Past series. So I'd say I'm officially done. I might actually have to do an extra sky block, but I'm not so sure. The decision is still up in the air on that, whether it needs to be done or not. I've seen the prints and it's like, it's borderline. It's not a strong grain line, but on some prints it appears a little bit darker on one portion of the sky. So we'll see. I might have a little bit of extra touch-up work, but after that, my work on the Adolescento Mokahankan subscription series will be done. It's been fun, but I'm excited to do some more interesting sort of carving work instead of just interesting concept work. It should be mandatory to go through immigration in a foreign country. I don't think so. I strongly disagree with that sentiment. I think no one should ever have to suffer through it, ever. I think that's a much better solution than everyone gets punished. No one gets punished. Break the wheel, Eric. Break the wheel. But yeah, it's one of the worst. It's not that bad. I'm a drama queen when it comes to the immigration bureau. I just hate it so much. It's also, for me now, it's so inconvenient. It's nearly 2 hours on a train to get there, 2 hours back, and even if so that's 4 hours out of my day just gone. And then I get there and there's going to be, if I'm lucky, 40 minutes waiting if I'm like the first in my group to get there, or if they haven't already run back. I'm going to say all this now. Hopefully I'm like reverse jinxing it. I'm saying it's going to be so bad I'm going to come back on stream on Friday and go, was it in out in 10 minutes? I just told you I'm reverse jinxing it, so maybe I've triple negative myself and. Oh, okay, I see. Or it would make people more sympathetic for the struggle immigrants go through. That's true. But what if they just didn't have to struggle? You're thinking too small, Eric. Next thing you'll know, you'll be telling us you sent. They sent a car to me to the office. I called up the emperor. I said, "Listen, I'm not having this. I don't enjoy it. Sort me out." He didn't know I was mates with the emperor. Oh. Not so long now until I can apply for PR, you know. The problem for me is that I keep changing like my visa different categories. I started on the really bad ones, like instructor visa, I think it's called. That's just teaching English and it's like not great. And I got onto a specialties and humanity engineering one when I was working with young kids, when I was teaching kindergarten. And that one was really good. But each time you get onto a new sort of category, they start you again from 1 year. It doesn't matter how many years you've been there when you get put on a new category. There's like basically whenever you get a visa, it's you get 1 year, then you get 1 year, then you get 3 years, and then you get 5 years. And that's like you just have to do that. 5 years is the longest you can get on any visa without having to renew it. But that's the pattern you go through by default, or you mess up and then you get 1 year because they think you're dodgy. But I kept getting to the 3 year mark. Like I'd do the 1 year, 1 year, 3 years, and then I'd change my visa because like new work or whatever they couldn't support the higher one. So I lost the good one. Had to go back down, which meant I started from one again. Then I got up to I was about to get back on a three, and then I got married, and then I started a spouse visa, which starts me again from one. So maybe this time I get three. Fingers crossed I get three this time. In Italy, there's a bunch of catch-22s when you're trying to immigrate. You need to get a bank account to get a job, but you need a job to get a bank account. What gives? Yeah, it's the same here in Japan. You can't get a phone without a bank and an address, and you can't get an address without a phone and a bank, and you can't get a phone without a bank and an address. Did I say that one twice? Anyway, all three of them require the other two, and like without a system to support you, it's basically undoable without like a company to help you, like use the estate agent's phone to get a bank and your thing. Less than ideal is what it's called. Honestly, if I had a publisher for this print, they would be so angry at me. Which is why I'm self-publishing this one. No one would want me to make this print the way I've made it. The border lines on this tree, initially I drew them really quite thick, and I didn't like it. It looked too heavy. The branches, the trunk is supposed to be like, is it limed? Yeah, lime is what they use to make it white. It's supposed to be deadwood, all of this. And so it should be white. And when you put a thick black outline, it sort of isn't the effect I'm looking for. And so I made the outlines as the same sort of thickness as the lines inside. And I made the lines inside incredibly thin because I don't want them to be stark. But it just means that like the 5 blocks or 6 blocks or however many impressions are going to go inside this branch, they all need to line up inside these really skinny lines that are a very long way away from the registration marks, which means I'm going to lose a lot of prints. It's not going to be inefficient to print or an extremely like easy profit to turn. There's going to be a lot of waste, probably prints that I'm unwilling to sell. But I'm the publisher and I'm willing to absorb that because I want a certain look and I want it to be a cool print that I'm proud of. But printers are not going to want to print this. I'll pay them for the reject ones if they're not too far out. If they're, if they're egregious. So I think my current thinking for this one is that I'm going to be doing the test printing. Maybe even a small first batch, we'll see. And then if any of the printers complain about the depth of the block or about it being difficult to register, I'll just tell them, well, I have a lot less experience than you and I managed to do it, so pull your finger out and do it properly. And I'm also going to pay them very well to do it. But it's not going to be an easy block to print, and I know that. It's a passion project. What time are we on? 19. We're not done, but I do want to show you something quickly. What's this? Just getting the phone here required a phone for me. Okay, I got something to show you. I've been waiting a very long time. Let me just change the lens. Pop you on the face. Oh, I lost my mouse. 1 second. This is the culprit, the one. Look how bright it is now. This is much closer to reality. Anyway, I'll figure something out. It's a small lens, I guess. Tight aperture. Anyway, I have something to show you. But I have waited nearly 4 years to get my hands on these tools. I have a new ebony set of tools, and these ones are actually the right size for my hands. So this is the main reason. They arrived while I was away. Yeah. These are the main reason I needed new tools. One, I wanted nice professional tools. These are professional, but these are more professional. Anyway, when I got sized up for these, this is how I held my hand. Place that in there. Your fingertips should come to the end of the copper jacket. If I zoom in for a second, just so you can see my hand. Oh, that's a bit much. So your fingertips should come just lining up here with the tip of your jacket. But I've obviously held my hand in too much of a sort of relaxed position. And the way I actually hold it when I carve is more like this, meaning my finger pokes out the end, which is awful because that bit of the copper jacket digs in, my finger turns green from the copper, and it's not great. And also because I'm trying to hold my hand in a more relaxed position, it requires force. I ended up getting, like, sometimes when I'm carving for a long time, a little bit of pain because I'm holding my hand in a little bit of an uncomfortable position. But these ones are a centimetre longer, which means that these are the right size for my hand. That's the good news. The good news, they arrived. I've waited a long time to get them. The bad news is the craftsmanship is absolutely garbage and I hate them. It's truly dreadful. Can you see these? It's appalling. I'm really quite cross at the level of craftsmanship on them. And they've just slapped this horrible varnish. Look at that. Are you happy with that? They're not even level. I can't even close it properly with the gap. They haven't done the groove properly. It's appalling. It's appalling. They should be ashamed of themselves, but this is the best we can do, apparently. This is the reason Mokankan doesn't have their own tools, because the stuff you get back from people is just not of a quality. Anyway, the wood is fine, and once I've done a shitload of work on them, they will be the most beautiful set. So when they're done, these will be beautiful. Right now, they're awful, and I hate them. I will make them the most beautiful set of chisels. Some of them, I've got to show you, but some of them are not even cut straight down the middle. Look at that. That one's not so bad, actually. Where's the one that's really awful? It's not even centered properly. I'm looking for imperfections now, and I can't find them for you. It's not looking good to sort of state my case. The craftsmanship is not up to quality. That varnish is embarrassing. Yeah, it's disgusting. I don't actually want varnish on them at all. Oh, God. So I'm going to be removing all the varnish. And also, I was always going to modify them. Oh, I can't show them. It's just not up to snuff, you know. Anyway, these ones don't have the copper jacket. The other thing I was really adamant about is I was tired of the copper jacket. There is a risk when you're using these tools that you can catch the line behind where you're using. And if you have a copper jacket there, it just destroys your lines. So I will be using shamisen strings to affix these. These grooves are not very good either. Jesus Christ. Anyway, I'll be stripping all the varnish off. Some of them are incredibly thick as well. That is wild. I don't need a tool that thick. Compare it to my other tools now. I don't need that massive hunk of wood. It's actually, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Midness sub, thank you so much. I sent your package off today. Really late today. Yeah, you are. So I'm going to be doing a video. I believe in modifying your tools. I think everyone should modify them tools. I want these to be more rounded at the tips, so I'll be shaving these in anyway. I'll be making them all a much more comfortable size. I'll also be making a couple of extra tools. I finally bought a KB key. This is the reality of buying tools. This is how the jackets used to come, and now everyone does the round copper jackets, and I hate it. It's awful. You shouldn't like it too, but this is all basically you can get. There should only be round jackets on your knife. This one, round jacket, yes. Square tools, it should have a square jacket. Anyway, I'll be remaking this, and I'll be making it with shamisen string as well. I'm really excited to get working on this. I bought a couple of new rasps and a big roll of sandpaper. I'm excited to get started on this. And I also, someone was talking about the pick earlier, a long time ago from Tokyo Hands, I got myself a piece of ebony here. And I also got some leather. Is it leather? Yeah, leather sewing machine bits. That I'm going to, these are quite thick bits, and I'm going to be making my own picks. So the one I showed you earlier was a chisel, but this one is going to be a pick. I got a little Dremel. I'll shape this and make it into a nice point so I can turn that into a pick. I do need a new piece of wood now because of my the left-handed knife. This is for cutting stuff with a ruler. So the bevel's on the other side. And you want a square one for your KB key because you want to hold it like this to use it with a ruler. So you always know where the edge is. I just dropped a very sharp, spiky thing right in between my legs. So yeah. I also, what time are we on? We're okay. I also bought a bunch of tool foam, is that what we call it? I'm going to make an insert foam panel thing here to keep all my tools organized. And I'm going to do the same with my chisels. Got a new chisel as well. I've been waiting a long time for these, and I'm very excited to get working on. I don't know where I put the rubber jacket for that. This is a standard set of the tools. It's usually called an 11-piece set. Sorry about the crinkling. Did anyone see where I put that plastic cap? In my rage. Anyway. Coming to a YouTube channel near you soon. Still got 4 minutes. We do a little bit of carving on the wide. Oh, I do need to find that cap for the video though. It will show up. Things just disappear when I'm on stream, you know. You can see a whole block. The magic of live video, yeah. You can't blame your son for that. I'd never blame him for anything. He's perfect. He's great. Except when he's not. Where did that go? Bugs me, you know. It really does bug me. I think of myself as quite like a... I got my head screwed on, like I'm okay living life. I go on screen and I become like a Boris Johnson-esque buffoon. Where did I put that thing? Sorry, most of you are not British. Probably don't even know who that... Let's not talk about Boris Johnson. This is exactly what I'm talking about. I know who he is. So you know I wasn't complimenting myself when I called myself him. You put it up towards the top of the bench somewhere. Okay, then I know exactly where it is. Oh, you're spot on. Thank you so much. Behind the plugs. We need a chocolate egg equivalent, you know. Well done. I'm very excited about having new tools. Fiddly work, you know, all the waste wood sort of looks like lines. So I've got to, there's lots of like constant thinking. Am I sure that this is in a line? That's why I'm using the brush so much as well. Just to keep everything clear, because it's not super clear what's what all the time. I'm looking at the reference a lot as well. Have a good day, evening, everyone. See you later, Speakle. What time is it? It's time for us to leave as well, actually. Thank you. Thank you for the cue. Thank you for the reminder. Anyway, it's been good to be back. We'll see some more of this block, and one day we will finish it. I think maybe next Tuesday we'll try and get that new bit pasted, and we can do some carving. I'm not sure let's try again. I'm not sure what we'll be doing on Friday. I have tracing to do, but maybe that's not so interesting. Taryn, is it okay to give Martian a shout out? Yeah, thank you so much. I completely intended on doing this. Oh, Wheelchair Willie, thank you so much. 5 months, has it been that long? Jesus. Very late for the stream. You're late for my stream, but you're just in time. In 1 hour's time from now, I believe Sensei Martian will be doing a very ambitious walk. He'll be doing his plan is to do 100 kilometers in 24 hours. So it's 11 o'clock in Japan now. He'll be leaving at 12 o'clock. And I think he wants to try and get it done in one calendar day, 100 kilometers. I can't remember where he's starting. I was on a stream the other day, it did tell me. If anyone else has some more information, maybe we could give Sensei Martian a shout out right now. I can't remember the command. It is /SO /SO Sensei _Martian. I have no idea. Come on. Someone help me. The chat delay is not helping now. _, okay. Sensei Asha. Unrecognized command. Someone else can do it, maybe. Yeah, so 1 hour from now he should be starting. Head over there. /SO. That's what I did. So we won't be raiding today, but please go check out sometime, if not today. If not, yeah, well, today for me. If not today, but tomorrow, he'll be walking for 24 hours at least, I guess. Send him some love. And backslash. Yeah, I did set up some new commands though, so it should work when I do SO and it's like linked to a couple different things. Let me try. Oh, Voxwell got it. Slash. And did that work? I tried, Sensei. I tried. I really did. We were doing so good. You got the slash. All right. Good night, everyone. You put an effort. I did try. I did try. I'm not capable, clearly. Have a good one, everyone. Bye. Good to be back. We'll see you Friday. Peace.